Welcome guys to another video on the channel. Today we've come back to the lake that is right by my house. I can literally walk here. I've been down here for a few times, baiting up a few spots. Just out, it's about 17 wraps, lots of overhangs. There's probably about 40 fish in here. It's quite a big lake as well, to be fair. Difficult water. It doesn't lend itself for the fish showing. You don't see them jumping out or any fizzing or anything like that. It's very they're very subtle, the carp in here. They don't come out that often, so the fish that do come out are pretty special. I'm yet to catch one from this lake yet. That's just a testament to how difficult it is. But we've got the rods out now on the couple of spots that I've pre-baited over the last week, 10 days or so. Just right underneath the overhangs, got to be clipped up. Try and get the lead going in nice and low as well, because the overhangs do come out quite a lot. But we'll see what we can do, see if we can have a bite. I've only got probably a couple of hours or so. Just thought I'd come after work and see if they're about. So yeah, I'll catch up with you shortly, and we'll see if we can have something. So this is the spot where we're at. So I've got one rod here and one rod here. I've just literally chucked a couple of heli rigs out there with some Ronnie rigs. I've got a 7-11 pop-up from RG Baits on the left and a squid pop-up on the right rod. So with a bit of luck, we can have a bite. As I said, it is quite a big lake for the amount of fish that are in here. So any fish that is caught, it's going to be special. And by all accounts, speaking to the bailiffs, there is some really nice fish in here as well. We've had a couple of knocks on the left-hand rod, which is positive. I've just literally used the throwing stick and thrown a few more out there. Just to see if we can get a bit of activity going around the hook baits. I haven't seen any signs yet. Like I said, it is quite tough. They don't give themselves away easy. So what I've done on this approach, as you know me, I usually like to walk around for a few hours and try and get a better understanding of where they're going to be. But like I say, if they're not giving themselves away, my next tactic and sort of the last chance is to go and think, you know, if I was a fish, where would I go? The water temperature's quite warm now. It's warmed up quite a lot over the last couple of weeks. There's only really two spots on this whole lake that I look at and go, do you know what? If I was a fish, that's where I'd be. Over in the far corner, you can't fish there. Someone's got a private house there and it backs onto the lake. It's a nice property, but there's no pegs either side of it. The only peg you've got on the other side, you can't actually cast to it because of the overhangs on the margin. So that's like option one, where I'd be if I was a fish, is down there, handrailing sort of the same margin that I'm fishing to, but it's sort of around the corner. You just can't get to it. So that'd be where I'd be. And the other one would be, because of all the naturals, would be where I've got my rods now on the two spots. You know, it is a silt lake bed, but you know, I've got quite a good donk down there. You know, and feeling the lead down, it's going with a nice knock, so it doesn't feel that deep where I am. So I've gone with option two simply because I can't get to option one. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep dropping the freebies in, trying to get some activity going, and we'll go from there. So the rigs I've got on, I've gone helicopter style just because of the silt. I've gone with about 6 inches of boom material, okay, just to kick that hook bait out. And then I've gone with a size 6 hook from RC Tackle. Their hooks are second to none. I've tried all the major brands. These hooks are sharp out of the packet and they are strong as well. So I have every confidence in those hooks. So I feel if I do get a fish on, I'm going to be able to get it in. All of the end tackle that I'm using today is from RC Tackle. They have a phenomenal range of end tackle, terminal tackle, and also some bits and pieces that you wouldn't really think of that you might need, such as the roddy clips. They're a game changer for preventing damage to your rods. They're really, really good. So the freebies that I'm putting around my hook baits at the moment is RG Baits' new red sea squid. Really, really, really good bait. These are absolutely unbelievable and they smell fantastic. Yeah, a lot of confidence in this at the moment. Every time I've put it in, not particularly on this lake, but every time I've put this in spots, in the margins, wherever, made my own flake with it, I've started to get activity and fish feeding. So that's giving me confidence as well. So I've got some flake in the bottom of there, some whole boilers that I'll just chuck out with the throwing stick, because I can't quite catapult where I'm going to. So like I say, it's about 17 wraps, so they don't fly particularly well out of a catapult, but no boiler will at that range. But yeah, short throwing stick, put probably 20 or 30 around each spot, and then hopefully encourage the fish to start feeding. I've probably got, I've been here now 45 minutes, about another hour and a quarter left. I don't have a night ticket for this water. I don't generally do nights. You've got to have rods out at 8 o'clock, so this will put me just before then. So yeah, hopefully we can nick a bite. Like I say, I've been putting a bit of time and effort into this place because it is a difficult water. Every time I've come down here, I've not seen any carp anglers. I've seen some lads with method feeders and stuff down there, but they're not actively targeting the carp because there's plenty of other species in here. So yeah, I've never seen, as long as I've been coming here, which has been probably 2 months, I've not seen any other carp anglers, which is testament to just how difficult this water is. I have seen the fish in the really hot summer, sort of cruising around the top, but they are in here. There's just not many of them, which is why I'm doing a bit of a campaign on here now to try and get some fish out. Like I say, it's only 5 minutes away from my house, so it's perfect. But yeah, fingers crossed we can have a bite. Well, here we go. The rod has finally gone off, and we've had one from the lake that we've been trying to do a campaign on. It was a left-hand rod, 7-11 RG Baits. It's just ripped off. Hell of a fight. It just took line from the get-go. There she is. There she is, absolutely tore off. Big mouth on her. There she is. Absolute beauty. We've worked hard for this. Baited up a few spots over the last couple of weeks. It's a tough water, but I'm happy with that. Well, that was a surprise. Not seen any fish showing whatsoever. It just happened to be that my method of thinking like a carp got me a bite. That 7-11 from RG Baits has done me so many bites. It's probably my personal favourite from RG Baits, I'd say, with regards to pop-ups. It's high visibility, it's yellow, smells fantastic, and that teamed up with the bait spray as well. That pot is a lot emptier than the other pots. It's my go-to. I'll always have a rod out. If I'm starting new water, I'll always chuck one of them out. It does really, really well. So now I've just put on both rods now, I've just literally put 2 fresh 7-11s on because they seem to like that. So back out on the spots. We've chucked some more over the top. But yeah, absolutely chuffed to pieces about that. The hard work's paid off, which makes it even more special. You know, we've put time in, we've put money in with the bait. You know, it's when you put so much time into a water, that's this difficult, and you spend time doing, I've come down here without the rods, just baiting up, trying to get them to fall for the trap, and today it's happened. So it just goes to show, put the time and effort in, find the right spots, and you will catch. I will say, just make sure your rigs are on point, because the feeling that I was going through then was, I've worked so hard over the last 3 weeks, probably even longer to be fair, when I've come down here looking around, last 4 weeks, baiting up the spot, trying to suss it out. The minute that fish was on, I was just, everything was crossed that it just wasn't going to come off, or my end tackle was going to fail, or, for whatever reason, you hear these horror stories of hooks straightening out, and so just make sure that your end tackle is on point and you're confident with it. If you're not happy with a knot that you've bedded down, or that little nick in your boom, or the hook's not sharp, just make sure it's on point. That is the biggest tip. The fish don't care whether you've got 1,000-pound rods. The only thing the fish care about is the last 3 feet on the end of your line. That was nerve-wracking, absolutely nerve-wracking, but on the plus side, I am mega happy with that. So I'm going to wrap up now. I'm going to get the rods in and head off home. It's approaching that time now where I need to leave. So for a couple of hours, it's been a success. I'm absolutely made up with it. The words can't explain that feeling of spending so many weeks trying to get a fish out, and you finally get it on, and then it's just 10 minutes of nerve-wracking anxiety. I'm happy. I will link below the websites, so RG Bait's website and RC Tackle, so you can get all your end tackle from there. Keep watching out on the videos as well. I will be getting a discount code for RC Tackle, so that you can apply that code when you're going to buy some tackle as well. Made up. So if you have enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit the bell icon, hit subscribe, drop us a comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.